If I feel a pressure, I don't do it. Yeah, so that's listen good for what you really want to live. Yeah, it's not always easy. Sometimes you think like, fuck that shit, but then on the end you think like, oh, yeah, I understand, thanks. But you only have to sometimes watch your head when you wake up. So that's why we make the windows, that you can sit up and don't, you know, and it keeps you young. It's a good exercise when you wake up already, do some yoga. Hi, welcome to Minitopia, our tiny house village in Den Bosch. It's a tiny house community. My name is Silas and this is my house and I would love to show you around. This is my tiny house. It's built on a trailer, a Flemish trailer, from 8 meters 40. And I started to build it with friends from zero, from totally scratch up to this house like it's now. So it's movable. It was all concrete like this, and you don't want to see too much concrete. So I ordered 2 big bulldozers with a lot of new sand. They dropped it here, and then I put the really old stones around it. I like it to have a little bit more, not too organized, but a little bit more like a rough nature. And then this comes up. I just got everywhere some little plants and little sticks I broke off. And this is what it created on the end. So it's actually kind of a free garden and less concrete. They started really from zero, and now they're growing as becomes my favorite plant in the garden. So I went for 1 year to look in all kind of different tiny houses, how they are living and what would they do different. I always ask that question, if you could build it again, what would you do different? So that's how I made my own drawing, exactly like I want my tiny house. The wood I use is from Douglas wood. It's nice wood, so this will last for a very long time. I didn't have really much experience with building. I just had to find out, and then with the right friends again, they helped me out. And then we all built it together. And then other friends helped me out with the floor. Other friends helped me out with the furniture to make. So I could never really do it alone. That's why you need good friends for, and they really helped me a lot with it. Like the way it's built, I'm really happy. I wouldn't change anything about it. It's really perfect. And I really love flowers and plants, so I really want to make it more nature and let all the stuff grow over the veranda and stuff like that. And every time I find everywhere some new plants, so bit by bit, it's going to be like a little jungle. And the terrace is bigger than my whole house actually, and it's nice. Always, even in winter time, I'm outside with the fireplace. And I moved the tiny house here, but there was no veranda, nothing, and I was really like, oh, I just phoned a friend and I said, all right, man, we really need to build something. So we built this, what you see here, in 2.5 days. Yeah, it's perfect. You have a big living outside. When it's winter, we all sit here with friends and stuff like that, put on the fireplace, and you still feel like, you know, you're outside all the time. I got my doors from my tiny house, they can open all the way. So it's a really nice walk through, so it's totally connected, and it's really a luxury to have that on your house. So you don't not only have your tiny house and nothing outside, so it makes it really complete to have a nice veranda. En het spelletje, waar is het spelletje gebleven met die kwartet die we wel eens doen, weet je wel? Always lived actually on places with something that got wheels. So I started when I left school, when I was 16 or 17, moved up to Australia for a year. Did traveling and surfing all around. And since then we traveled with the old hippie buses and stuff like that. So I really got the taste of it, living in cars, buses, traveling around with your surfboard and I thought like, yeah, that's really the life. I really like easygoing life and really chilled. Then I went to Asia, almost 15 years up and down, lived in Thailand. From there on, traveling with buses, motorbikes, everything. And I really felt like I don't need like a big house or all that stuff like that. Only just your backpack and filled with good stuff and memories and good vibes, instead of like a big loan for your house and all that stuff. And of course you want to see inside the house, so I take you a little tour around my house. Welcome. When we're inside, we have a nice living here with a nice couch, nice place, fireplace, some nice light with the windows. And of course when you sit here in the sun. It's a really nice place where the sun passed all day coming through. So when you wake up in the morning, sit here with your cup of coffee. Perfect happy moment. Normally tiny houses have the whole roof closed. And I saw this once when I was looking at the Pinterest. Like everybody's always looking for ideas, and I thought like, yeah, this I really need. And this really makes your living really breathable, really light, with the two big windows here as well. And when you open this ones and the wind blows all the way through the house when you're sleeping at night, it's perfect. And you will see everything is blending in a little bit with the colors, with the green, the brown, the yellow, and the amazing woodwork from Ronald from the Lovebird company in Holland. I'm really happy with this work. And this is made out of pellets. You put them inside here. It's all small little material you put inside. And it arranges everything by itself. So if you want the temperature on 17 or 18 degrees, it stays all night on 17 or 18. This is my old school bus I used to have. This is with my daughter in the front. It's my big bus called Road Trip. So I still have the one up there. That really means a lot to me. And with the crystals and the stones I got for my traveling. And the stones my daughter gave me all the time when she found something. So I always put it here. And yeah, some stuff you always bring from your house to house, that means a lot. And then underneath here, at the bottom, the big drawers you can open, and you can put your stuff inside that you don't want to see. And there's a little bed inside you can pull out all the way. So when you have somebody to sleep, somebody can sleep on the couch or sleep here. Close it when they snore, put them inside. No more snoring. Have an air conditioner and a heater as well, 2-in-1. And when it's really summer and it's get hot, you put on the air conditioning, but almost don't need it because the house is so made perfectly for all the weather conditions. It's yeah. This plant here I got from my parents. When I opened my first tattoo studio, they brought me this as a present. And I still have it and taking good care of it. And everywhere I go, this plant makes me a part of my home as well. So it's a good memory. And then we have like a closet. It's really made of recycled wood, and it blends in very nice. I really like the colors like you see with the brown and the green and some yellow. It's really a soft color. So when you're home you feel really relaxed and peaceful with it. Since I'm 17, when I traveled my first time to Thailand, I brought this one back for my travel, and it's hanging in every house where I go as well. For me it's enough, because I'm not a value to a big house with a lot of rooms, with the emptiness that you fill up with stuff that you actually don't need. So everything I got in my house, that's everything that stands there, that's something that has a value and that I really use. So there's not much nonsense around. And yeah, once in a while I clean up my house and I think I need it or not, no, I give it away. But so far everybody who came to my place, they said, yeah, I understand what you make. So, and they feel home too. So it's a warm, safety place where you feel really safe. For me it was very important that I have a very nice kitchen and of course a lot of light inside your tiny house and 2 doors here that you just can open to your terrace. So when you're living inside your house you don't have the feeling you're locked up, but you feel like really open and free because of the windows. And I think that's one of the most important things when you build your tiny house. Wood gives a good energy, better than stones, because it's really a very good nature material. When you go upstairs, we still have this material everywhere you look. This wood comes back, same with this one, and in the sleeping room. And where the kitchen lays on, it's like the same wood. Same with the stairs when you go up to the sleeping room. and you still need closets. So that's why we made a very nice stairway to the sleeping room, and with a big one, so you can sit and relax. Because if you make it very small, you can sit with your ass on it. So it's just you make it bigger, and you just have a nice extra seat. Can put your stuff in there, and it's all with yeah, you can put everything inside to put your things, your clothes, your pots and pans, some jackets and stuff like that. It's really perfect. So it's 2-in-1. The same closet comes back here for the kitchen with the glasses and some food and stuff like that. Here you see my friend brought it back again here into the fridge. So you have all these little details that come back all the time. And of course the really nice kitchen that I'm really proud of. This is a really nice piece of wood I found myself. We totally reshaped it and we made it as the top of the kitchen. It's nice to work with copper and wood. Gives a very nice energy. And even in this tiny house, when you don't expect it, we have a dishwasher. So I'm very happy with this one. It's really good with a very nice oven that works very well. And don't need more space, you know, everything works perfectly. This we made inside the wall, so you have some extra space for your stuff when you're cooking.
Wo wir gerade hier in Minitopia sind, genau solche Orte, Menschen und Lebensentwürfe waren der Ausgangspunkt für ein ganz persönliches Herzensprojekt von mir. Gemeinsam mit meinen Autorinnen Melissa und Milena ist daraus das Buch Anders als gewohnt entstanden, das ab jetzt erhältlich ist. Minitopia ist auch ein Teil des Buches, als einer von vielen Orten, die zeigen, wie unterschiedlich, kreativ und bewusst Wohnen heute aussehen kann. Auf über 300 Seiten findet ihr inspirierende Geschichten, Magazinbeiträge und sogenannte Tryouts, also Unterkünfte und Orte, die man selbst erleben und ausprobieren kann. Ein paar dieser Geschichten kennt ihr vielleicht schon von meinem Kanal, aber ganz, ganz viele sind komplett neu. Menschen und Lebensentwürfe, von denen ihr bisher noch nie was gehört habt. Dieses Buch ist kein Ratgeber und keine Anleitung. Es ist vielmehr eine Sammlung von Inspirationen, von Mut und von der Frage, wie möchte ich eigentlich leben? Anders als gewohnt ist ab jetzt erhältlich. Den Link findet ihr wie immer in der Videobeschreibung.
Of course we have a bathroom. It's that's all you need. You don't need more. We have a rain shower. This one is made nice with the wood. We have a nice toilet that flush, so we don't keep it for whatever, it just flushes away. And we have 2 windows, one here, one there. When you open it, when you shower it, wind blows through, everything is dry, and yeah, it's big enough. You can move your ass. And then it's easy. I look around, I thought I wouldn't change a thing, and that's good, because if you sit inside you think, oh shit, next time I have to change this and that, and then no. For me it gives me a peace of mind. For like my mind is in peace with, when I see it I'm like, this is good. So.
Deze is al droog.
Oh, nou dan zet je ze dadelijk in neer. Als het al droog zijn dan... lekker bakkie koffie. Yeah, and of course we have the sleeping room. You walk over the closet and here we found some very nice windows on the top as well. So when you lay in bed you can see the moon, the stars, everything, and there's a lot of light coming in as well. Here you see the same woodwork back from Ronald from the Lovebird company. There's another window. You open as well. And when you lay down you have the wind blowing through. It's perfect, it's really relaxed. And when you want to have more light you can open it up. Same as here. And then you have a lot of light coming to your tiny house. Perfect. But you only have to sometimes watch your head when you wake up. So that's why we make the windows, that you can sit up and don't, you know, and it keeps you young. It's a good exercise when you wake up already, do some yoga. When you wake up and you want to have your own space, you sit here and have your own little meditation corner. And it's perfect behind the plants. Got your space, and yeah, this is my book who just came out. Chris, she made it for me. She worked 6 months on this book. It's a book about my work. I'm a tattoo artist. I do the traditional sakyant style from Thailand. That's with the long bamboo stick, do the traditional. That's why they make this one as well with the sakyant. They're like warriors and power tattooers. And I used to live in Thailand a long time and I fall in love with these designs, the sakyant. I live with the monks and get the whole ritual, everything I learned there. I got a shop in Breda in the city. And still at the moment I'm still the only one in Holland who is doing the traditional bambooing in the Netherlands. So people still find me all over Europe when they want to have a little piece of art. And then I always have, I don't tattoo everybody, so long if I have a good vibe with somebody, it's opposite like good vibe, then I do it. If I don't feel anything with nobody, then I just don't do it. Because you work with energy and it's a traditional way. And yeah, I really love my job. You know, make people happy. There's even my tiny house is inside. It's for about playing the music with the handpan as well. I really like to play the handpan. It's with my school bus. So with my very cool parents on the tandem. And yeah, it's about my daughter. She's almost 18, she's learned to do the tattooing from me and she's doing very well. She lives in America and she gave me all the time these ducks. And this time when she came, she gave me some ducks as well. So all the time I'm collecting all the ducks. Yeah, for me it's very precious what I got for my kids. When they give me something, I always keep it to yeah, put it inside my house. Every time you see it, you're happy, you know. You know, nobody stays steady his whole life. So everybody's like moving different directions for, yeah. I lived in the bus, that was really great. Now I'm living in a tiny house and now I'm gonna sell the house here and probably gonna buy a piece of land with a wooden house on it in the forest. And that everything that I really enjoyed brings me now to something else that I'm really gonna enjoy. So I'm grateful for my bus, my tiny house, and everything brings me further now. And yeah. This is made by Gira. She's a friend of us. When I have a new house, she always comes with something, or she makes something really cool. Because I have a new house that I'm gonna move in soon. Then she came with this ones. Same with this one here. That's hanging here. She gave me already long time ago. And when she made this one for me, she said, hang it everywhere you go and you make it a home. So everywhere I went, from all my buses where I lived in, this were hanging all the time. So now it's hanging here. And when I move out, it's coming with me. Yeah, and same with the surfboards. It's a nice place to hang your surfboards. And when you sit here and you watch your surfboards again, it really makes you want to go surfing again. I got all kind of varied friends. From really cool hippie people to business people to all kind of, it's just a vibe that people carry, you know. So it's all, yeah, but it's interesting too when everybody's in a different lifestyle, but you still have a connection with somebody. So it doesn't matter what you do, it's the connection. And yeah, if they know me for a longer time, they know I'm more into this kind of stuff and creating. And yeah, they say what's inside of your head is not in your ass. So what you think, you do. If I buy a really brand new house, they will go like, are you okay? You're sick? Is something wrong with you? I have a nice, very big backyard. It's very nice for having your own space or lay in your hammock and chill or have a party, and you can grow some vegetables or whatever you like. Nice place for your campfire, lay in your hammock and chill and relax. When family comes or friends, we sit on this table, make pizza from the wooden oven we put here, and then we all sit down here with the fire, and it's a really nice place for everybody. And I have this very special place here downstairs. It's really cool. When it's really hot in summer, it's like a forest around here. And you can see the tiny house is all the way up, and this is like 3 meters down, because this used to be a fabric who makes for the explosions and stuff like that. So when something went wrong, everybody went in this big hole here to hide. And now it's a nature area and an area to chill down, so it's pretty cool. The nice thing is I can park my bus just right next to my house. I make some fence from all trees. Yeah, very happy with this bus. It's really as a home as well. Always go camping and go surfing or go with my kids. And yeah, when my daughter came last year here, this was her sleeping room because the tiny house is small. So I parked the school bus next to it and she just stays in the, her room is a school bus. My friend from Wildeweg, that's his company. He makes everything really nice out of wood, and I really like the nature colors with the green and the woods, and like your kitchen. And I found a second-hand sink and we rebuilt it. Some nice sleeping room. Have a fridge inside, have a little oven inside. Yeah, it's got everything that a house. What do you want more? You know, what do you need more? It's perfect. I got sun panels on the roof, 600 watts, so you can live totally off grid. Have a shower for outside. Yeah, it's got everything. And when you drive with a big smile, and you always got the thumbs up. And when you drive it, you're with your family, and it feels, you feel like the richest man on earth. Your space is enough, you know, and from all this bus life, the van life, I moved up to a tiny house. So for me, it's like living in a castle with your own shower and toilet and everything is, But still all the time, when you come back to your bus, you're like, you know, you still feel it in your blood, everything that it's, you don't need much space to live. I show a bit around the bus. When you go cooking, you camp somewhere. My friend made this really cool table, really nice with the wood. And when you're cooking, you got your electricity, because you can totally live off grid. Plug in your shower, you can cook. It's really, really perfect. It's really easy. Just put it in. And on the roof we made surf carriers, so I can put my surfboards all the time on it. Sometimes you see the small little insect hotels. Well, we made a really big one. So it's not like we have big bees or whatever, but it's very nice. Like there's a lot of birds going in here, a lot of bees and insects that live here. And it's you actually couldn't have a garage. So we made an insect hotel. So that's not a garage, right? So if they say you cannot have a garage, they say it's an insect hotel. So we made a door inside. So you just go inside with a small coat. Boop. You go into the insect hotel and you have got your own little garage. When they make rules, there's always a way to go around it, right? I like that. So since then I still got my own garage and get my tools here and my camping gear and stuff like that, and had some surfboards inside here. It's really perfect. Yeah. Trust the universe. Just go with the flow. just trust in that, because it's already done. So you just go on your feeling, what you feel like. I had my big school bus for 13 years and I thought I'm never gonna sell that. And then one day I thought, I'm ready to sell it. Ready for something new. So you trust in that and you thank it, like thanks. And then you just move on and leave things behind that. Yeah, it's you just keep on following, no resistance. Everything is fine and like things happening in your life. It's if you can handle that and you just say thank you and you just move on, and then you will discover more, and then you get a lot of interesting people on your path. If I feel a pressure, I don't do it. Yeah, so that's listen good for what you really want to live. Yeah, it's not always easy. Sometimes you think like, fuck that shit, but then on the end you think like, oh, I understand, thanks. Tiny house is built here in Den Bosch at Minitopia, and I will show you a bit around. Every house is totally different. This one is totally different from that one. This one is really cool too, with all the birdhouses. And there are about 45 little tiny houses here built. Everybody built by his own. So it's we live here around with about 100 people. The whole area was totally empty with concrete. So everybody creates his own little dream. Like all the sand you see here, the people put on with the trees and stuff like that. And you can see here, it has a, I don't know how you call it in English, the slagboom, with a small little office, because this the whole place used to be, when you come here with your car, you bring your garbage and you put in all kind of different, like the wood and the metal and the chemicals. A friend of mine, she tipped me and she said, hey, that's really a place for you. I'm gonna help you out with it. And we made a nice video together and sent it to this place. And then they watched my video and they said, yeah, you're welcome, you're creative and you fit in the vibe and stuff like that. It's kind of a community area where we have washing machines inside. If you don't have your own washing machine, we share it. So that's a good thing. So yeah, some things we really do together and that's very nice. Once in the 2 months, we all come together here and we do work around the area for the green and the painting, and we make a barbecue and French fries and make it really nice. So this is actually a kitchen for everybody. It's so beautiful. With all the green and the vegetables are growing and how they make it. Look, that's a small one. I got the big one. It's a kind of polluted ground here, so that's why the government let us live here actually for, we had a license for 10 years and it's running out, so we have 2 years more. And then the contract ends, so everybody actually has to leave. That's pretty sad because this place is a very nice place, how the nature took back and people took care of it. So it's really a shame that they have to break it all down. Everybody has to move. This is a really cool house too. It calls the Sterrenwacht. If you have a shit job, you just say, I'm not coming anymore, I'm going to do something else. It's easy, on a kind of way, but you just have to do it. You know, it's some people say, I can't do this because I have to pay bills, I have to do this. You create that your own, that you have to do it. You don't have to. You can choose for a different life too. And yeah, I choose not for all the time working and this and have big bills and have a perfect life. Just depends on like when are you happy, you know, and what makes you really happy. If you're on a whole week you're acting aggressive to people, you get that aggressive stuff back. But if you live happy and you smile to somebody and everybody's happy, it will bring you up and up and up, and it will bring you everywhere. So it's up to you what you want. When you really want to listen or ignore what you don't want, because you already always have the answer, but you don't act on it. Yeah, so actually it's pretty easy, but you just have to do it. It's like nobody else is gonna do it for you. You just have to, and then once you do it, it feels good. Yeah, when I was at school, I was all the time at school and I didn't feel at home at school. I didn't want to learn the same as everybody. So like, that's really brainwashing, and it's, for me, it doesn't fit. So I said like, really like, fuck that shit. I take my motorbike, I go home, told my parents, I'm gonna go to Australia with a friend, pick my surfboard, and I left. And then I felt the most happy of my life. There is not really a must. It's just more about respect, that you help each other out. When we all need to do something, we just be there all. It's not with rules. Most of the communities, when you go live somewhere, there's a must, you have to do the garden. There's a must, you have to do this. And I don't like that bullshit. I really want to live free. And that's the same people here who want to live the same like that. You just want to live, have your own privacy and relax. Before this, I was busy with another community. But I stopped there because there's so many, they want to live free, but they make so many rules that you don't live free anymore, you know. It's not the way you want to live here. Everybody lives free, everybody is okay with each other, because it's not forever, so they make it pretty easy for putting your house here. Same with this one here, this used to be closed, and they opened, it's a big cave where they used to put all the chemicals and stuff. They put the whole wall away and they opened a new area for more houses actually. This is more like where you can be a child as an adult. There's the space to be creative. So that's very healthy, I think. when you have something in your mind that you just can do it. And people just make this house really look nice with a nice garden and everything. And yeah, same like here, you know, you grow your vegetables. And the ground around the house, that's new ground that the people put there. So the apples who grow there, you just can eat. But if you, all the berries and stuff like that, there you can actually not eat. You can, but you have to have a strong stomach, I think. Yeah. Yeah, and when there is loud music and there's a party, you're always invited. So nobody complains, and it's, yeah, have respect for your neighbor. It's very easy actually. You create your own fear, because maybe you don't even make tomorrow, and then you worry about already in the next 10 years that you don't even know. And if it's already done, then trust the universe, you're gonna be all right. And if you have the right people around you who love you and stuff like that, you're fine. Tomorrow I don't know if I have a pension, maybe the world collapses in 10 years or whatever, or it doesn't even exist, or money doesn't exist anymore, or they cancel all the banks or whatever, and times can change like this. Already look at Corona, what they can do and stuff like that, why they can do it in a couple of years or this or that. You don't have that control. Same if you go in an ayahuasca ceremony, let go of the control, because you don't have the control, and then you will see it's like all right. It's kind of a line. That's why they have the whole new houses that they actually want to build here too. But it's pretty cool when you stand here. It's like a middle point of Minitopia, where the people live more alternative and like really big expensive houses. But yeah, it still has something, you know, like if you're in the middle point, you look at this and that. And then it's like, because what you see here is the garbage mountain. That's where the people put the garbage and everything, and people still pay €1 million for a house to look at the garbage. Garbage mountain. So it's unbelievable how, yeah, but it's cool to see the difference between this and that. And when we all come together here, it's everybody's really cool, and it's, yeah, the mix is nice, you know. It's, they probably will never choose for something like that, and we will probably never choose something like that. It doesn't matter if you live in an expensive house or in your own created house. On the end, we all, you know, we can connect together and learn from each other. Yeah. I drive big old diesel. They drive probably Tesla, but that's the difference. Yeah. Everybody feels home on a kind of different way, you know. And we all respect it, and then, yeah. If you first see these houses and then you're like, bam, you're in a different world or something. And of course you have some more places like this in Holland, but this is still, I think, one of the most unique. It would be nice if this could be forever. You know, stuff like that. It's, yeah, we don't bother nobody with it, and it's only a land that's poisoned, and we only make it better. So, yeah. And they're gonna build a lot of new houses here. But how cool is it just to have a place like this, you know, around your city? I think a lot of people just want to live like this, but there is no place, and they won't let you, you know, to build your own little dream. But only just for another few years, and then it's gone. But in that meantime, everybody's enjoying it, so it's important, and you never know what the future brings. We will see. I don't like watching the news and newspaper and all stuff like that. I done for a little bit, and then I really thought like, wow, that's really shit for your brain. So it's create your own world, and yeah, because it is a beautiful place and a planet, and don't drive yourself in fear. They create so much that you live in fear, you know, all around, and don't believe it. Because if you live happy, you send out that energy, happiness, and that is always the most powerful thing. Yeah, so it's, yeah, that's something I really would like to say. Don't watch the news. That's a waste of your time. Yeah.